Hi, Ian.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Iandustrial. How are you? What's going on? What are we doing?
So I'm just chilling here at the Fabernacle. That's just our little speakeasy bar here at the metal shop, and there are people playing pool in the background. I hope that's not like too much.
That's fine. We shouldn't be taking up too much of your time. Our purposes today are to figure out what the hell is going on and to intro what the hell is going on. And then we can just talk about what we need to know because we don't know what we don't know. We only know how to do one thing. And that one thing is go to Burning Man really well. But it turns out we're not going to Burning Man this week.
Man.
No, you're going to soak, so
It's putting your penis in a vagina and then holding your breath until you come.
according to some. Can you guys hear Marshmallow?
No, is Marshmallow talking?
Oh, he should be on there. 1 sec.
Thank you.
Hey, here's
There
this other
we
person.
go.
Fuck yeah.
Hi, other guy. Who's other guy?
This is Marshmallow.
Hi,
Howdy,
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow.
How's everyone doing this evening?
Fabulous.
Pretty good. Pretty excited.
Looking forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I've just discovered that you're a person worth meeting. So this first audio courting, I'll call it, we're going to learn who each other is. And then maybe next week I'll be excited to meet you. No pressure.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna be
believe the
excited.
hype. I'm an asshole. Don't worry about it.
Great. Then
Perfect.
we'll get on quite well.
So Marshmallow has been to all but one of the years that we've been to soak.
Oh, my.
In the same camp?
Including, yeah, in the same camp, but also including the 1 year of the pandemic that there wasn't a soak, and there was instead like unofficial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Marshmallow is rad, and you guys will like him. I feel like I should say that you'll know him when you see him because he has one arm and one leg.
That is going to be distinctive, I reckon.
Good information for in person. Kind of unnecessary for a podcast, though.
This is true.
But if we are going to include that information in this audio medium, you need to really paint us a picture. Same side or onesie twosie?
Same side, right arm, right leg, below the knee, below the elbow.
That sounds
That it's a full
like
picture.
something happened, huh?
You know.
Yeah.
I have a lot of excuses I give people.
And you should. That's your right.
You know, if you're a kid, my dad's a robot.
Uh-huh.
A little bit older, I'm an off-duty pirate.
Love it.
If you're a drunk adult, sky's the limit.
Well, I'm going to be a drunk adult about this time on Wednesday.
Great.
Yeah, so 6 days from now, you do your best.
Will do.
Thank you.
So are you guys hoping to show up on Wednesday then?
Well, that's actually, despite it sounding like a podcast, because D-Day sounds like that when he's on mic. So, like, what are we doing? How do we show up? What is the best way to do this?
Yeah, it turns out we're going to soak.
Yeah.
So how do we soak? I have lube and very no music.
Well, really, just get in where you fit in. Pretty much the whole jam of the camp basically is that we're a fucking bar and we're basically open like probably at least 16 hours a day. You know, like we're basically just open whenever anyone's awake.
That's
So,
great.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, and
So
we're gonna
don't
be
bring
bringing-
beer.
Oh, no, don't.
Fabulous.
Definitely don't bring beer.
Can we learn and help serve? Like, can
Unless
we?
you're picky about beer.
No. Well, I prefer not IPAs.
This is. Sorry, you bleep that out.
Hey, we don't say that.
Right, I'm so sorry. That was really rude of me.
Yeah, say they're Revo fucking Lucian, Beth.
Over fucking rated.
IP fucking A.
So it's all IP fucking A's all the fucking time?
We're gonna have one pale ale.
Jesus Christ.
And then,
You guys know there's a whole fucking spectrum of beers.
What?
yeah, I mean, we
What?
have lots of years of history here. You know,
Yeah.
and it's always been IP fucking A.
Of course.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to brew a lager, D-Day.
That there are other fucking beers.
Oh, so I don't know how you
Beer
want
itself
us
is
to
what we're doing
participate, but we are participating in
by speaking over you.
that the guys are bringing up a beverage for the bar. I have nothing to do with it, but it's a test run.
I mean, you've taste tested it already, and
Yeah.
Rex still hasn't.
That's true.
All right, I'll go get it.
Tell them about it because I'm terrible at it.
All right, gents. Once upon a time, Rex and I were sitting in the living room, and Rex came up with quite possibly one of the most spectacular ideas I've ever heard. And immediately, it was written on a colored note card, and it was taped to the wall for things we're seriously considering doing at Burning Man this year. But it turns out we're not just going to Burning Man this year. We are going to Soak. And at Soak, we are going to prototype hot Creme de Menthe.
Ooh, that sounds awful.
It is.
Good beer or awful drinks.
It's as bad as Creme de Menthe also is, with
Yeah.
20 drops of Da Bomb in it, and then the solids filtered out of it. Well, it's the way Da Bomb is supposed to be used. Da Bomb is not called a food additive because it's not quite a food additive, but it is strong enough and oily enough so that the way you should use it is to spice up a whole pot of chili, and then it doesn't taste quite so burnt and acrid while still being very warm. Now, I don't know if it's warm enough yet, and Rex is going to get the bottle, and I will trust his judgment of it.
Wait, are you going to sample it right now?
Yeah, he is going into the house to get it.
Yeah.
He's back here with the bottle. It's kind of a vomity looking clear.
It's enough of the bomb that it colors the sort of white creme de menthe because it's creme de menthe blanc.
Oh my God. I'm so glad that I invited you guys.
Yeah. We're killing it.
White mint.
You could absolutely pass this off as like a passion fruit liqueur from the color.
But a high quality one that didn't put any colors in it.
Yeah. All right, so I've acquired the beverage. I've acquired Caravan's Reed BRC 2014 shot glass.
You realize none of us have taken a shot of this, right?
I took half of one. I had to taste it a couple
Barely
times.
touched it to my lips.
You're
me
a
how to
child,
drink.
Beth.
It mostly smells like scope.
It is.
It is very scope forward. But then the heat will blossom in a worrying fashion. But I think I capped it at the
Yeah.
right level
Yeah.
to scare you, but not kill you.
Well, here's scope in my eye.
Yeah.
Oh, the anticipation is killing me.
I can't wait for you to try it.
So it's pretty good. It's
it's better than most white creme de menthes.
the fact that it's really quite spicy detracts from how sweet creme de menthe is.
Yes. But still very minty.
Still very minty. The heat is just on. It's like a medium hot jalapeno.
But just in the back of your throat.
It hasn't given me hiccups, which is like the hot test.
But like the oil from the Da Bomb really moves the heat around in your mouth while also not like punching you out. But I could put another like 6 or 8 drops in there.
Yeah, you
and
could
run
make
it
it
through another
painful.
filter.
I feel like that might be the move. Rex, would you say that you're a normal like hiccuper when it comes to like spicy things?
Yeah, I definitely have a threshold where the hiccups start. It's way below my tolerance, so I'm often enjoying very hot things and hiccuping like crazy.
So at Soak last year, a friend of mine gave me a Carolina Reaper cocktail tincture. And, it's meant to like put like a drop of it in a margarita or something, But so behind the bar at our camp, people would be like, "Well, what are you serving?" And I'd be like, "Well, we got an IPA, we got a cider, and we got an experience." Oh, tell me more about the experience. And I'm like, well, it starts out pretty pleasant and flavorful and then becomes mildly unpleasant. And then after about like 10 minutes, it's over. And they're like, I'm game. And yeah, I just put a drop or two like directly on the tongue of Carolina Reaper tincture.
Whew.
Yeah, and it's an experience. It is like, you know, like you've seen Fight Club. This is your pain.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like it starts out, you taste it at first, and it's actually really delicious, and then it just builds and builds. And you're like, is this gonna stop building? And it just keeps building. But
That's kind of what
that was-
Da Bomb is, except Da Bomb isn't delicious in any way. Da Bomb smells
I
like
had it.
death.
It's not pleasant whatsoever. It's just like,
We could bring that too.
please do.
No, but I have to say that was the credit you gave me earlier was deserved. This is very good.
I have worked a lot with Da Bomb, it turns out.
We should definitely get like 3 or 4 more bottles of Creme de Menthe. And
Yeah, I think we
just-
have to.
yeah.
Really? You
Yeah.
guys are fucking nuts.
No, it's good. It's shockingly good. Like I don't like any of that in concept. In my mouth, it's nice. Like it's still, I am still both experiencing a little bit of heat and a little bit of menthol.
Yeah, your mouth tastes clean, but it's not.
I can't wait to try this.
Yay, we're gonna. Oh,
Well, that's what we're bringing to Soak. And that's our new segment, What We're Bringing to Soak. Now, on to the next segment.
Oh,
What do we have to bring to Soak?
What? How do we help? What do we do? Tell us about it.
So it sounds like you guys are already doing it, right? Like, had I gotten you guys involved earlier, that would have
We never would have come. There's no chance. Like 2.5 weeks out is the perfect time for me to decide to go to a
To
regional.
sucker punch us into it.
we have a bunch of different events scheduled, and so basically the way we run the bar is like there's always beer, and traditionally it's always been beer and beer and cider. This year it's going to be beer and seltzer
And cider.
and cider. Yeah, we'll have
You
cider.
bringing out a real hoppy seltzer for me too?
Yep.
Fine.
For you, DJ.
So is this camping? Like there's no overhead lights. We bring our own lights for at night, or it's dark and you fall
we're
over
out in
shit.
the middle of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
We're in a big canyon
Mm-hmm.
that it was formerly a cattle ranch.
Uh-huh.
I think now they mostly throw events there, and then they do still have cattle though.
Great.
Every year, like I'm always like working the gate in the very beginning,
Mhm.
and they have to herd the cattle out of the space to like another part of their property.
Sure. So we don't get to be drunk around cattle.
No,
It's
That's
better
too
that we
bad.
aren't.
But we do get to watch out for cow pies.
Uh-huh.
DPW is pretty awesome about the day before early arrival starts, getting all those cow pies like cleaned up and
Mhm.
out of there.
Nice.
But like there might be one or two that just got missed.
Speaking of cow pies, is this an event with porta potties in it, or should we be bringing our own
most
buckets?
definitely.
Oh, fabulous.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great porta potties.
Uh-huh.
Like, you're going to hate the ones at Burning Man after.
The ones at Burning Man
We
are like
already do.
a quarter mile from my tent, which is pretty close. How close are the porta potties to us?
Generally across the street.
Fabulous.
Like yeah,
Then I'm not bringing the jerry can, kids.
yeah,
You don't
not-
need any
not
cat litter
so
on this
close
trip.
That, like when they're cleaning them, it's horrendous.
Oh yeah.
But close enough that like you can leave your tent and be back at your tent in like 3 or 4 minutes, aside from however long you spend in there.
Oh, quite a while, I assure you.
Fabulous.
It was kind of upset that you were just taking liberties with my time frame. My schedule is my own.
I'm not judging your ballot.
Do we just show up and throw our shit down like wherever we feel like, or is there a point
How
of
do we
contact?
find you?
Yeah, Yeah, Jesus Christ. What is the event even organized like? Are you a big donut?
So it's kind of a weird like S curvy snake. Like I can send you guys a picture of the event space, but basically our camp is perfectly in the middle. Like we are on Main Street,
As you should
right
be.
in the very
Yeah.
center of everything.
And we can drive on Main Street on Wednesday or Thursday morning.
Yep.
Great.
And yeah, you'll pull right up and unload, and then you'll go back down
Mhm.
the hill and drop off your car in the parking lot, and then the soak train will give you a ride back up the hill. And the soak train is basically a golf cart. But,
Fine.
but it's a golf cart with 2 seats on the back
Mhm.
and 2 seats in the front.
We got 3 seats available, sounds like.
Yeah.
I am capable of walking uphill for minutes at a time.
Well, Beth will bring the car down then while we set up your shit again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Marshmallow might actually end up being your soak train driver.
Nice.
Nice.
Depending on if you get there after 9 on Wednesday. I think I'm driving 9 to midnight on Wednesday for soak train.
So, like, when we get there, do we check in with the concierge or should we bring our own valet?
Dude, I'm gonna have a towel on.
Okay, so we show up and we're just like, Revo fucking Lucian Iandustrial. And you'll be like, Monsieur.
But just in general, I would like to say that I like to help, but I'm not always great at seeing where help needs to happen, especially when it comes to like building or breaking down things.
Industrial. Can I be
can clean
Beth's
up your
manager
bar.
at Soak?
You absolutely can.
Thank you. Beth, I will let you know what can be done. I'll interface with the
You
staff
leave
for
me
you.
the fuck alone.
No. You're a temp. I'm the associate manager of this job site.
I can be bribed with beer.
Well, you guys have the beer. I can pour your beer for you.
Well, you're going to have to bring other beers because by the end of the week, I need, not shitty, foamy fucking bullshit that we serve.
Oh, your shitty beer. Yeah.
Yeah, god awful.
I'll bring some PBR to lighten you up.
Hell yeah. I have to function. I can't drink, real beer.
On the note of that, like, if you guys want me to bring some low grab shit,
I mean, we can pick up Montucky on the way, or you can bring your own Montucky.
well, so we don't say the N word.
I hear you.
We don't say the N word.
I hear you.
We don't say the N word. We don't say the N word. We don't say the N word.
I'm just going to loop that over and over again. I don't know why you keep saying it so much. Is that I'm pretty uncomfortable. Like,
D-Day, I know you haven't spent a lot of time there, but Oregon has a history.
Oh, hey, we don't say the N word.
So we need to really clarify what kind of Oregon we're interfacing with. Have you been all the way out to the Oregon-Idaho border?
Yes.
It gets bleak.
So they burned the Portland widget on Saturday night, as is the custom.
Yep. So the main burnable structure is Saturday night, and then the temple is Sunday night.
Fabulous. So there is a temple.
Yeah.
I can come there and mourn my dog. Fabulous. Means I don't have to go to the temple at Burning Man this year. Suckers. Trying to make me cry in public.
Well, you can go cry in the woods.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's not going to be more than 25 people in there at once. It's great.
D-Day cries in the woods.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Oregon is a very appropriate place to mourn a dead dog.
Uh-huh. Because of Tom Robbins.
Because of all the dead dogs. Why do you think the soil's so loamy?
It's all those dead dogs.
Fungus.
Dead dogs all the way down. And no swimming in the river.
Yeah, it's rocky, shitty. There's no good way down to the river that would be safe.
Great.
Also, it's a fairly fast-moving river this time of year,
Mm-hmm.
to where it's kind of dangerous, and they just
You stay the hell away from the
Okay,
river.
so we can't drink the river water, so we should bring our own gallons of water.
I don't know if you guys have asked this
definitely
yet.
bring your own water.
Great.
Are there events that we can't miss? Is there stuff that happens every year that you guys love or things that you're looking forward to?
Well, so the Miss Soak competition is always a fucking treasure. That shit is super funny.
Miss Soak?
Yeah. So it's
Why
the
am I
Miss
just
Soak
finding out
pageant.
about this now?
I don't even
dude.
know how you're gonna do
I don't either.
Well, so I will say last year, Miss Soak in my eyes, like the one who should have won. She boofed an entire bottle of champagne.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
phew.
That'll kill you.
Yeah, impressive and deadly.
Depends on how quickly you shit yourself, really. Like many things in life.
Yeah. And the crowd goes wild.
Yeah, do we have an audience? I'm not comfortable with that. Calm down.
Playing pool.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's two people here that are not on mic.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Miss Soak is always a fucking treasure.
Tell us a bit about Miss Soak.
So, Miss Soak, it's an untalent competition,
Nice. I'm in.
and it's open to any participant to join. But it's kind of like a beauty pageant. There's like various like elements of it. Like the thing that is always the best part is the untalent
Competition. I am immediately inspired by an untalent competition. Like, I cannot juggle so well.
Oh, I can't break dance.
Oh,
I certainly can't break dance while I'm not beatboxing.
if both of you do those things, I would be fucking-
If you get me to the place I'm supposed to not do that, I will
Fail at
monopolize
doing that in front of
the
people.
stage as fuck for a while. Maybe to the chagrin of some of the members of the audience. Maybe.
Eh, we don't really care about them. We work for our 1-star rating.
So that's the thing. Like our general like shtick of our camp is that like you probably wouldn't fucking like it. Just keep going. Move on.
Uh-huh.
You
Great.
guys are crusty old burners.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a gate-ass bar to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pull this off. I'm a fucking
You'll
idiot.
be fine, Beth.
Or more gate than the Black Hole West.
Oh shit! I don't know if I can assimilate to this much gate.
Beth, you can be our patsy. You can take a seat at the bar and
Pretend to be drinking there.
And then when anyone asks what you're drinking, you give them some hot white mint. All right, so we're stopping by the Total Wines and More.
yeah, we got to find out how much for a case.
Oh, God.
Oh,
damn
we'll
it.
finally get through like a fifth of that bottle of Da Bomb.
So, are there other things we should be thinking about as we're coming up? Like,
Yeah, like pay attention to your breath. Remember that, like,
No,
you
that's not-
took a substance and it's only going to last a few hours.
we are driving up to Portland to go to this regional event. Are there things that we might not be thinking of, having not been to regionals in the Pacific Northwest in a minute?
Yeah, is there like a world's largest peach we should stop at or something like that?
Are you talking about like things you just stop off on?
No, I mean just like what kinds of bug repellent? What
Beth, there's only the one kind of bug repellent. We're just going camping in Oregon.
Do we need to get our hepatitis vaccine?
You guys are really like kind of overthinking this.
And are we allowed to like start open like fires anywhere, or they've got to be in like a fire pit?
So the only fires that are allowed are propane. There's no firewood allowed in the event. So basically, we have at camp we have a propane fire pit.
Uh-huh.
oh
And
sweet.
we have
Couches to go around it.
Right.
We have couches that circle it.
So like my long like landscaping torch, I can bring that out there and we can party with that, but don't bring firewood. Got it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm confident that we've got this figured out.
Basically, you guys are fucking fully on the level. Once you're out there with us, like you'll get what's going on.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you so much for chatting. And I feel like we now have most of the things that we need, and we have your number.
I can't wait for you guys to meet Marshmallow.
This is going to be
I'm looking
fantastic.
forward to it.
In a way, I feel like we already have.
Yeah, that's fair.
As the drunker I get, the less I censor myself. So
I'm familiar. Super. So we'll see you Thursday then. Let us know if you want us to bring you fried chicken and donuts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or
Yes.
like pizza.
Nah, I'm going to bring you a Portland burrito. You're welcome.
Oh,
Sounds dirty.
it is.
And loose.
Yeah.
Much looser than you expect.
Not well put together.
I mean, that sounds like a perfect description.
Probably
of
gonna have a
Portland
dreadlock.
burrito.
Yep.
There's extra paper in there for some reason. Are you motherfuckers afraid of aluminum or something? Let it touch your food. It's fine. I don't need a substrate. All right. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Take it.
So that's what a soak is like, huh?
How do you feel, Beth?
I don't know if how I feel is an accurate representation of soak.
How do you feel about soak?
I feel great about soak.
How do you feel about being a human being in a physical body?
I feel like I've been going through a dryer for 2 days, slowly beating myself along the side of a dryer.
But if that's the case, then the lint trap would have caught some of your snot. Good news, everyone we hung out with at Soak, we don't have COVID.
Yeah. So if you caught something at soak from us, it wasn't COVID.
Nope, just a little cold.
And a real thick cold.
Just a wee head cold. A little bit of sniffle, a little bit of cough.
Am I just a little bitch? This is totally killing me.
No, it's not as bad as the head colds I've had in the past year that have popped my eardrums. But to be fair, I now have tubes in my ears. So if my eardrums pop, then like there's a serious problem with what's inside my head.
And you know, we got different bodies. Some of us is more robust than others. It's not.
Condescending is what it is. It's condescending, right, Beth?
Yes.
Look, my body can condescend to whom it cares.
So we went to Soak. First things first, thank you, Iandustrial,
Holy shit.
for bringing us to Soak.
Oh my God.
Like, one of the greatest gifts I've ever received is your
Absolutely.
gift of Soak.
Thank you for making that happen. What an incredible delight.
New friends. We have new friends.
New friends and into such like the camp that we got joined into is
OverFUCKINGrated.
just like such a great
It's not called being joined into a camp. It's called being jumped into a camp.
jumped into the
They
camp.
didn't have to kick us that hard or for that long, but they did because they love us.
You know, if we were better at naming breakfast cereals, it wouldn't have been such a big deal.
I just kept saying Rice Krispies over and over again as they kicked me in the head. Rice Krispies, brown Rice Krispies, pink Rice Krispies.
I kept saying Frosted Sugar Smacks, and they're like, they don't call it that anymore. I'm like, I don't buy cereal.
So the hazing rituals aside, OverFUCKINGrated.
I mean, there was there something aside from hazing rituals?
It was just nothing but hazing ritual.
Actually, we kind of brought the hazing ritual.
We really did. Right now, y'all can hear a compilation of the many people who had the opportunity to try not only the hot white creme de menthe, but the even hotter peppermint schnapps.
Hello.
Hello.
Drink your shit.
All right. I'm about to drink,
hot white creme de menthe.
and I'm about to drink it here at Soak it OverFUCKINGrated. It starts out kind of whoa. It starts out like toothpaste, and then man, it's both. It's like
Smells good.
Da Bomb toothpaste.
Is this going on your podcast?
It may, I need to put a footnote into this thing. Okay, as a Chicagoan, if this doesn't live up to the Malort face standard, I will be sorely disappointed.
What is the Lord standard?
Clearly, someone has not drank Malort.
So the big difference that you're going to discover here is that some people enjoy this, like on its own merits, not just for the points.
Hot white, it's like toothpaste in the front and burn in the back.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
But people love it. Like,
numerous people. It's either for you or it's not.
I get a good beer after this.
Yeah, you do get a good beer.
Wait, I smell that. That smells delicious.
What?
You don't even have to like pay that price. You can pawn that off.
Yeah, but no, I've already committed to this and I'm into it.
You've already signed up for it.
Buy the ticket, ride the ride.
I'm not making the noises that my face is making. Oh God. It was fine up front. It's continuing to get worse and worse.
He won't go too long out there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's hurting.
It'll stop.
It hurts.
It'll back off.
Is it
It's just in the back. It doesn't go
Is it
in.
helping? Is it like finding everything that's wrong in my mouth and correcting it?
Bringing out everything that's wrong in your mouth.
Is my dentist going to be happy that I do this?
I mean, your dentist won't be.
But can I have a beer now?
Yes. You can have a beer now.
What is this spicy? Why is it still hurting?
It's called the bomb.
I don't like it.
No. Accurate. Let me rinse that off before we give this human being a nice beer.
Fair.
Why does it hurt?
Because it's
Why didn't it say? Why didn't you?
We said it was hot.
I said what?
That is hot. Okay, so I actually like Rumple Mints. I also am a spicy boy. So, honestly, that's not bad.
Right?
That's not bad.
How does it compare to your expectations, though?
Oh, much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Like, I would make a drink with that.
What would you mix it with? What could you? Oh, yeah.
Well, I would be tempted to see what it does with tequila.
Root beer.
God no.
Yeah.
Tequila is already kicking your mouth.
No, I can totally see that because like a prairie
And
fire
it's a
is nice.
very
Right. And this is just Prairie Fire plus dental
try that.
office / Nordic traditions.
What's wild about this is that the long tail on the spice and the long tail
Yeah.
on the mint are like,
Yeah,
like you're always still tasting hot and mint.
dude.
I'm just tasting hot.
I kind of love this tasting hot thing because it is just straight up hot. Okay, what did you use to impart the capsaicin?
Here's a nice beer.
The bomb.
No, so I used
Oh my god, DeBomb hot sauce?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We did it the bomb once.
That's brilliant.
And toothpaste.
you poor unfortunate soul.
What are we calling this again?
This is hot steak, white creme de menthe steak.
Okay, you ready? It just tastes like creme de menthe, but it's getting spicier.
But that's okay.
Clearing out those sinuses.
You know, I'm gonna say that I was expecting more.
So for folks who love it, it's the thing.
I don't need more, but
Oh, would you like a real beer?
I would like a real beer.
Oh, it's spicy. It's toothpaste in the front, spice in the back.
Can we be ready to have beer on deck?
Oh, goddamn.
Okay.
I'm here with you.
Hello, yes, this is Jenna Katie reporting from SOAK 2025. SOAK apostrophe 2025.
Hot? No. Spicy? Not really. Oh, okay. Well, it's not your jam then.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's pleasant.
Yeah. Glass for you.
Oh, I'm feeling the afterburn,
Yeah, it's coming in.
Beth, can you pass?
but that's fine.
It's a long tail of an experience.
Oh, is it? Okay.
But what's nice is that the mints and the hot, they have about the same duration. So you're gonna be like
Yeah.
cool and hot at the same time for a while.
Yeah, like an icy hot drink. Okay.
Like an icy hot in your mouth.
An icy hot. Well, that's just drinking icy hot,
This drink's for you.
which you can do anything once.
And
Yeah.
I've been told you can do anything for 7 minutes, and that's not true either. But that is nice.
I just took a sip of beer. Beer out of a screw-off wine glass. This is fine.
Well, now that you've had the beer, it's fine.
Rex, would you like to upgrade her to the?
It is spicy. It is spicy.
Oh no, there's.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, that's right. You are.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, as most of us.
I saw the rating on the wall.
Upgrade.
white hot creme de menthe.
Creme de menthe.
It's like mint liqueur.
It's gonna be like what?
Scope.
It is.
I don't know what scope is.
It's like the mouth. It's gonna be a minty.
That's fine. I can handle
Well,
that.
see, oh my god, you really finished off the bottle for us.
Here's another bottle.
Amazing.
There's also, like, for the really intrepid, there's hot
The peppermint schnapps.
Not everybody. Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy seeing you here. We do in our camp what's known as a reverse bar crawl, and I believe we dropped off a bottle of Evan Williams here yesterday because we love OverFUCKINGrated, even though it's the fucking worst. That's menthy, yeah. All right, are we ready to go? Are we doing it? Are we okay? Oh yeah, and then a live reaction. Wow, that's really hot, and you did say it was gonna be hot, and I was not prepared.
You didn't say it was hot enough.
Do you want to
It
live
was
there?
like a candy cane at first. It was lovely, but now it's not lovely anymore.
Oh my god, wow, it's really fucking hot, and it's so fucking overrated, and there's more, and there's more, and
I'm kind of into it. I'm like crying. I didn't know I was gonna be.
I'm crying. I had too much. That was
Right? It's nice, right?
Yeah, nice.
2 out of full dose. 2 out of 3 say that was terrible.
What are the options? We've also got beer and seltzer.
Wow, is this special creme de menthe? Creme de menthe.
Yes. It's not usually this color.
It's so really OverFUCKINGrated. I need to like wash it down with this tortilla.
I feel like I'm probably going to regret this. So this is 100 proof version and it's spicier.
I don't know that it's spicy.
It is spicier.
Is it? Yes.
So it's more painful in both ways.
Oh god, is it more? Is it more?
Yeah, it's like worse on both accounts, supposedly.
Way better clarity.
Same stuff as what?
It's the same juice.
All right, I gotta smell it first. Always smell it first.
You know, it behaves differently with 100 proof.
Okay, here goes.
I gotta say, I didn't find it any more spicy myself, but my palate is a little shot in that direction.
It is definitely spicier, but I feel like the burn of the 100 proof kind of disguises it at first, and now I'm starting to feel it.
That checks out.
Okay, yeah. It's hitting the back of my throat now. Yeah, it's definitely spicier. Woo! Zang!
It's not creamy. Yeah. It's just hot and minty.
Just, it makes you feel alive, though. I gotta say that. But it might have ruined my shot glass.
Ruined it or made it better forever?
It depends on what I'm trying to. Oh yeah, actually, we'll see about how my porta potty experience goes tomorrow.
Hey, you want to pass the mic down this way? We have more feedback.
It makes you feel alive the same way diarrhea makes you feel alive.
You can't be dead while your bowels are still this active.
And that was funny, wasn't it, kids?
That was maybe one of the best ideas I've ever had.
And surprisingly delicious to so many people.
Yeah, you might note the bizarre ratio of exceptionally positive reactions to negative reactions, including mine. I had no idea.
Like, I made it. I hated it. But, like, I still felt like I balanced it well. But the first night I brought it out on the bar, the only recording we got that first night was of Iandustrial on my phone. All of the rest of the recordings were on the actual recording kit we have over the next 2 nights. There was a gentleman I gave it to who referred to it as exquisite and then asked for more, and I gave him a second dollop, and he was like, no, fill my cup. Whoa. And I was like, no.
Wow.
We only have like a bottle and 3/4 of this left. But I did give him, 6 or 7 ounces of it. And he like fucking drank that for the next couple hours and then came back before I was done bartending and asked for a little bit more. That man has diabetes now and is going to lose some toes.
God, you know, the siren call of hot white creme de menthe, like people just, you say those words and you think it would repel people, but it doesn't.
It repels a lot of people, to be fair.
But it repels them in the way where they come towards you.
Yeah, they're like, what? And then they tell their 1 or 2 friends who they're pretty sure will like it. And then 4/5 of those people fucking love it. And some people are like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I'm like, don't worry, it's not that hot. They're like, oh, it is, it is, it is.
All right, so I think we all three share a top peak experience at Soak. So before we get to it, that one thing aside, D-Day, what was your peak experience at Soak?
I don't like to always be the person who is talking about bodily functions and bathrooms and porta potties and urinal obelisks.
Bullshit. You don't like to always be that person.
I like to present myself as not always liking to be the person.
More correct.
To talk about fluids and the like.
Fluids.
I mean, I was disbelieving of Iandustrial when he told us that we were going to find the porta potties a blessed experience there. I have never been to porta potties anywhere in my entire life that were as well cared for as the porta potties at Soak. The first day I was there, when Beth and I were down in the meadow, I went into a porta potty that smelled beautifully of cherry lozenges, which was incredibly disconcerting because I usually don't go into a porta potty and salivate quite that thoroughly. But I was stunned at these porta potty obelisks that they had there. They are tall structures that you step up onto. They are 4-sided with a little cup for you to pee into. And only once, when peeing into that cup on my tippy toes in the obelisk, because I'm not that tall a man, there was one perfect speckled bean. There were beans everywhere at Soak. There were memes about beans in the porta potties, and there was a cup for you to deposit your pocket beans in, which we will be discussing later. Beth and/or Rex, I'm going to throw it to you for what your second favorite thing at Soak was.
I'm going to go with the G-string. The G-string was fantastic. Beth and I tripper-trapped into the G-string for quite a while.
Which I forgot to experience in my sickness and needing to go to bed without drinking or doing any other substances. What, pray tell, was the G-string?
G-string was an art installation. There was a similar thing in, I want to say, the 6 o'clock plaza a couple of years ago. It's a long string mounted on a high fixed point, and then on the other end, it's on a turntable so that it spins the string around this fixed point and creates some beautiful standing waves, which are then lit with precisely sequenced LEDs to create these beautiful moving patterns that like flow and stripe. It was gorgeous, hypnotic.
I do remember that thing from Center Camp a handful of years ago. That's neat.
Yeah, it was good. It had great lighting. Yeah, it was absolutely fascinating to watch.
Yeah, and it did a very sinuous standing wave all the way through, except like down at the far end, there was a fray on one of the strings.
Yeah.
So it made this like really spiky bit that was totally disjointed from the rest of the display. So fucking cool.
Nice.
Good job, G-string.
Did you see anyone get punished as the sign was threatening to punish people for not G-stringing the G-string properly?
We did not.
That's too bad.
Very few punishments witnessed.
At Soak?
Yeah. Yeah. Turns out it's pretty hard to punish people who are all trying to like yes and you the whole time.
Uh-huh. It was a very game group of folks there.
That's so cute.
Such cheerful, what's the term when you're open to things and you're not up your own ass?
Gregarious?
Playful,
gregarious burners.
Yeah. I mean, I've been trying to think about, because I felt like I had a one that isn't the one we're going to talk about in a minute, but I can't remember what it is.
It's not the Stoop where you spent most of your time chatting and drinking.
No.
Outside of our bar.
Was it Confession?
Confession was incredible. Confession made me laugh really hard. I felt forgiven.
tell us about breakfast breads and confessional.
There's a, I feel like I'm not going to do it any justice. It's a confessional booth to join a new religion, which is tough since I didn't have an older religion.
Oh, I have I got their flyer, but I didn't bring it
great.
out. Like they're the cult of the toaster pastry? No, that's not quite it.
Something close to that, but we can scan it and upload it to the Accuracy Third page that this episode will live on.
I'm not going to do it any justice is the problem with that one. But I got barkered into a confessional booth that got filled with water vapor. I was asked to confess, and I was told they had these like little speakers that kind of sounded like an old like car drive-through, like a really crackly like. And they're like, you have to confess your sins. And the person on the other end was doing a great job with the, no sin's too large or too small. You can come up with any kind of sin. And then I'm not going to tell my sin because it's important to my new religion. But just to say, I felt very, very forgiven by the time that I left that circumstance.
Yeah, the water vapor was fantastic because in keeping with the Pop-Tarts based religion, the confessional was shaped like a toaster. So from the outside, we saw the lights go all red and a bunch of smoke emerge. A great effect. But listeners, we've kept you waiting too long. What were the beans for? Why?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the feet.
Porta potty have bean cans.
I mean, the feet were fine.
Feet were fine.
Feet were fine.
And that cookie wasn't as good as I told them it was.
It's a sugar cookie with frosting. It's
disgusting,
it's
hot,
the same as it
clumpy
is.
frosting.
But
the cute girls wanted me to eat their feet.
Yeah.
So I did.
So I did a thing that I've never done before at any burner event, which is play a game. Like, Soak is so obviously covered in games and mysteries and quests and adventures. There's puzzles everywhere. It invites you to play in that specific kind of way that I don't actually tend to get into. A, because I think I'm kind of dumb and bad at puzzles. And B, because at Burning Man, am I ever going to be back here? Like, how could I ever possibly complete a thing and come back here?
There were a couple of those multi-step puzzles that I did really want to solve. But the problem with them is even at a burn as small as Soak, there's people in your fucking way. And like, here's a 4-sided box with cartoons on it and places to look into to get clues to try to figure out the numbers for a combination. And every time I turn the fucking corner, there's somebody who's in the way of the thing that I'm trying to figure out. So I just wander off.
You know what was lovely that can be had at Soak couldn't possibly be had at Burning Man was the gas station.
Yeah.
Which was just a walk-up bar, but instead of alcohol, they served you bong hits and dabs and vape pen hits because pot is legal in Oregon, as it is in Nevada, but not
on federal land. Yeah.
And that was nice. As somebody who vastly prefers being stoned over being drunk, that's the spot for me.
Yeah, that was... So I ended up doing quests for the first time. The Soak.
Yeah, you got a number of quests knocked out with 3 at least.
Yeah, 3 at least. I went to go find someone I hadn't seen in 20 years that I just heard a rumor was there, and now the head of DPW, because obviously. And I put Rex to bed to take a nap, and I'm like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go wander and look for this human being that I don't know what they look like now that it's 2 decades later. And I wandered about 20 feet. And I walked right into him. And then I turned, after we said hi and he took off, I turned around and I was at a place that gave quests. So I was like, well, I just completed a quest really quickly. So maybe this is the place. And the guy behind the counter at the time helpfully checked off that I had accomplished a quest, a personal quest. There was a bunch of prizes and stuff. I never looked at them, but I did have several of their very glittery drinks.
So it wasn't just questing for the sake of questing. It was also for getting glittery drinks.
I got what it was. That's the thing. I had never got what it was before. It gives you a thing to go do, a little mystery to solve, a way to point yourself. So it was nice. Anytime I was at loose ends and didn't know what to do, I could just go, oh, I had that quest. Maybe I can sort out what that was and go back. And all of a sudden, the structure of it made a lot of sense. Like, so... At Burning Man, you can always just go for a walk. Like, anytime you go for a walk, you're going to run into a ton of shit. You're going to find all of this stuff. It's kind of endless. But at a smaller, like, regional, it's like, well, I know approximately everything that is here. Of course, anytime I go around this, I might run into new things or new people.
But you're doing laps.
And this is like, oh, right, I have a goal. I heard about this thing existing over here, and I think I can probably find it. Which was, like, weirdly enjoyable.
It's odd being at a burn without having to work it at all or having any responsibilities other than taking care of myself because I got there and immediately got sick.
And tending some bar. We tended some bar.
We did, but it wasn't our responsibility to. We just took over the bar.
It was part of our commitment. We were part of a camp that was a bar. We were supposed to tend, and we did. We tended.
The first night I was there, instead of going to bed early because I didn't feel good, I tended bar till 1 or 2 in the morning.
We also enjoyed a sacred Discordian hot dog, which was lovely.
I can't believe we actually met another Discordian.
We are everywhere. We are everything. We're nothing at all.
And I utterly failed to meet the Tom Robbins camp folks the whole time.
But they did ride
their bike into our bar, but we were going somewhere else. And who knew if they were in it? Because Ian was in it.
Tom Robbins is dead.
I know Tom Robbins.
He's not in anything anymore.
No.
He's in everything. He's in a pack of cigarettes.
And tacos.
He exists as a scent.
And the most perfect smooth dick you've ever put in your mouth.
So smooth.
Alabaster, if I remember correctly. Nobody should read Half Asleep in Frog Pajamas. It is fucking intolerable and in the second person. Do not tell me that I am doing things, Tom Robbins. I am reading your fucking book.
All right. Shall we follow it up? Have they listened long enough? Do they deserve to know about the beans?
They do. Before we are done talking about OverFUCKINGrated and tending bar, while you guys were asleep that first night we were there and I was tending bar, I had an experience that I've never had before on playa or tending bar, which I have done professionally before or in any place I've ever been, which is I witnessed a reverse bar crawl.
A reverse bar crawl?
Can you conceive of what a reverse bar crawl might be?
Are you giving drinks at every bar that you land at?
Yes.
Yeah.
A group of people came into our bar, came behind the bar, which raised the shit out of my hackles, took a bottle of Evan Williams out of their bag, took the foil off it, and put it under the bar and said, "You can do whatever you want with this. You can't take it home."
Nice.
And then they collected their group and left and went to the next bar.
That is hilarious.
That's pretty awesome. We could reverse bar crawl at Burning Man with hot creme de menthe. Just figure out what our neighborhood bars are and seed all of them, except the black hole, with hot creme de menthe.
Listeners, are you a liquor importer? Because we need white creme de menthe by the case.
Reverse bar crawl is adorable.
It's a really cute idea.
There was so much cute. That was the thing. Everyone was so fucking cute. Like,
Mousetrap Jenga at the Limbo bar was pretty incredible.
oh my God, Mousetrap Jenga was like one of the most Burning Man things that I like. It was like, oh, of course this exists. It's you put loaded mousetraps on each other, and it has to be touching 2 separate mousetraps. So everyone is setting a mousetrap and then putting it on at least 2 additional mousetraps until they all go off.
The first time we saw them go off, like 2 of them flung all the way out of the bar, and one of them ended up in the bartender's hair.
Oh my God.
And the best part is some of them get flung but don't go off. So there's still set mousetraps everywhere to pick up.
It's not bad. Like mousetraps, they hurt.
Yeah, they're not
if
rat
they
traps.
snap on you. Rat Trap Jenga. Like, that's a DPW bar thing. And DPW, if any of you out there want to be playing Rat Trap Jenga this year at Burning Man in 2025, shoot us an email at accuracythird@gmail.com. I will bring you 30 to 50 rat traps and just leave them in a pile on your bar.
We also got to meet recent guest via proxy to the show, Sausage Girl.
Sausage Girl is hot. Will have merch in burnernarc.com, although not at this point. Give it a month or so.
We'll get Sausage Girl on to talk about the new changes in the Orgy series of car barns.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Sausage Girl and friends are taking over Orgy Dome.
Sausage Girl will be back. I don't know when we will be interviewing Sausage Girl, but you will not hear from her again this season. But probably early next season, you will have a full episode with us and our brand new, incredible friend, Sausage Girl. For the first time ever, thank you, Zeno, for introducing me to one of your friends. That's not true. Zeno has fucking incredible friends.
Sausage Girl legit had a detailed answer to my random ass question of,
is there something that I can take off of your ass that is full of staples?
That request came from the other direction. I wanted to know what a dal is and if those are the only ones.
What a the dal is.
No, there are many the dals. There are several the dals.
But they're all called the dals?
The one place is called the Dalles.
The Dalles.
But there are other
Dalles. You can go to West the Dalles.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No one should ever say that out loud.
Agreed.
But there are many Dalles at the Dalles.
But they're not all at the Dalles. There are other Dalles that aren't proper the Dalles.
Yes, most of them in France.
Perfect.
The comes from the French.
And Dalles are an old-timey French word for like cobblestones, which is what the rock formations in the falls looked like when the French-Canadian beaver trappers started to settle there.
Les Dalles, as it were.
Thank you for your wisdom, Sausage Girl.
Full of organ history and staples.
Yeah, and goofy fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was amazing to be hanging out at OverFUCKINGrated and have this person just be like, hey, I know you. I was on your show. Which happened a couple times.
Yes.
While we were there. There were several people who were just like, how do I know you? And at a certain point, I stopped speaking when they would say that, and I would just look at them, and they still fucking knew that we were Accuracy Third. Thank you, people out there who know who we are and are cool and fun and nice to talk to and not super weird and make me walk away from them.
Beans.
It was very hard to walk away from Beans.
Beans?
Yeah, you actually couldn't walk away from Beans.
Because of all the beans in my pants and underwear and shoes.
Can I frame this? Because I don't know if I've told you, D-Day, about this. So I had been to that camp, the Beans camp, but had not really known what was going on.
What was the name of Beans camp? Been there, done that? Been there now?
Been there now?
Been there now.
Been here now.
Been here now.
Bean camp, we'll call it.
The first of Rex's many long naps during the day, I was
Only a couple.
wandering around, and I had stopped at this great banana camp that had an incredible banjo player and a guitar player and was hanging out. And then I saw some place with shade and pulled up, and they had a couple of taps. So I went and sat down by the taps until someone offered me beer, because that's what you do. And they were like, oh, it's bean beer. And I was like, oh, why? And they're like, you can make beer out of beans. And I'm like, okay, is it any good? And they're like, I'm like, all right, thank you. And then I went on to have such a lovely fucking conversation with two really like young queer kids from Portland who are just starting to get into the Burning Man stuff, like sorting out what stupid shit they want to do. And this bean camp is part of it. And at the time, I have no idea that the beans are right over there. I just thought, oh, they serve bean beer. That makes sense.
They weren't doing bean karaoke?
It was pre-bean karaoke. But I just met two incredibly lovely people and had a wonderful time. And I thought their whole shtick was they made bean beer. But that is such a side to their shtick.
Only a
pretty
slice
funny.
of the shtick.
Yeah.
Because my shtick was telling Beth at one point that there were a certain number of beans in her beer when there were no beans in her beer at all. But it is very fun to make Beth paranoid and a little upset.
But Bean Here Now did so much more than just bean beer. There was bean karaoke, which was fantastic.
Bean karaoke was the funniest thing to hear while experiencing the beans.
Just a small town bean living in a can of beans.
It really invites the worst kind of karaoke you could possibly imagine.
Oh, yeah.
It's very violently it.
But we enjoyed our first listen to Bean Karaoke as we were enjoying the primary attraction of Bean Here Now, the Bean Pool.
The reason why there are bean collection points all over Not Playa.
Picture it, friends. Picture a pagoda tent with its center pole thrust deep into a kiddie pool.
Except not like a kiddie pool, like a 12-foot in
it's
diameter.
Inflatable on the sides. So
Yeah, almost like a baby doughboy.
Yeah, like 18 inches or maybe 2 feet tall on the sides. Real sturdy.
And just full of beans. Just absolutely full of dry mixed beans.
And a bean shark. And a bean narwhal.
Uh-huh. And so many soak hippies just absolutely reveling in being in beans because you didn't know. None of us knew how badly we needed to be in some beans.
It's pretty amazing to see like 8 to 10 adults in a bean pool at Soak. And usually when you get into a goofy Burning Man situation like that and it's already full and you want to be a part of it and you get there and you're excited and you realize you're going to have to wait, people are like, oh, yeah, give us a minute. We're still enjoying this. We'll be out soon. When people are just like, you haven't been in the bean pool before. You're a beanjin? I think I was a beanjin when I got there. But like, they were like, you haven't done this before. 3 people immediately got up and were just like, well, you have to get in here and try it.
I'm a person who has had beans as part of my diet my whole life. I've put my wrists deep in a lot of beans. I had no idea how jealous the rest of my body was of my hands for being thrust into beans.
They're warm. They're smooth. They yield.
Yeah, they
pack around you.
Shockingly good feeling.
They hug you.
And while they're warm when it's cool, when it's warm, they're kind of cool. They're like a big thermal equalizer. Love the beans.
So to translate Soak Bean Pool to Burning Man Bean Pool, if anyone would like to take this charge up from us.
You would need like a contamination, like...
I know goddamn what we need.
It's so much work.
We're not to decontamination of beans yet. First, we have to start with the size of the pool. Unfortunately, Burning Man is a certain number of times larger than Soak. I can't do the math in my head, and I won't pretend to. But we need a much larger pool of beans. Step 1. Step 2, the playa is tan. Tan beans may not apply.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to need some...
It's got to be frijoles negros.
I think frijoles negros crossed with some kidney beans. That'll do.
No lentils, though.
The lentils
there
are
were
ticks
in the mix.
As far as I'm concerned, my hair was full of ticks for the next 24 hours. Hate it. Whatever hippie decided to dump their bag of lentils into the legitimate bean pool, shame on you, not your bean pool. Third thing we need is, yes, Beth, there needs to be some sort of decontamination room before you leave. I believe it is your responsibility to strip naked, remove the beans from yourself, perhaps with the help of spider or howler monkeys or the like. One must be groomed. One's clothes must be thoroughly shaken out. And I understand that one can never remove all of the beans from oneself, because I did a full cleaning of myself before going to bed and still woke up with a pinto bean squarely up and under my balls. Like right at the base of my man vagina. I woke up with a bean, and it freaked me out because, like, I'm always thinking that I might grow some sort of wart/tumor under my balls in the middle of the night.
Fastest cancer ever.
Right.
I mean, I do like this twist on it because it makes it more scary and violating to have to come in and out of the beans because you need to be checked.
If we are going to have a bean pool at Burning Man, it has to remind Gentiles of the Holocaust.
Oh, God.
Or it is not an art project at Burning Man that you want to interact with.
What we need is just volunteers at the exit with leaf blowers.
And one big broad broom to just scrub you down.
Bean decontamination.
And then any beans that end up leaving the bean pool, my apologies to Playa Restoration, but at least they're red and black. They should probably just be red. The black ones are going to look like black rocks.
So listeners, if any of you are an agricultural magnate, we're going to need about half a container of beans.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you should have 10 to 15 grand of disposable wealth, but some of you do, and you will be like the coolest person with beans on playa. Dried beans. We need dried beans. No cans of beans, guys. Wet beans, bad for a bean pool. I assume, as someone who's never gotten into a pool of canned beans before, I assume that's worse than a pool full of dried beans, but I haven't tried it yet. Create that situation for me. Let me know. It'd be very funny. Very, very funny.
Listeners, long story short, regionals fucking rock. Go to your regional.
Oh my God. It was so great. I just really loved the vibe of it all. There's like no one who's over it. The people who are burnt out in that warm, funny, welcoming kind of way. Like everyone was just so kind and open and like really ready to interact with you in a way that like, and maybe I'm stuck in the staff camp realm of Burning Man actual, but like, it's like, man, I haven't been around so many people who are happy and relaxed and playful and so ready to vibe with whatever came their way. I love Oregon. I mean, I love parts of Oregon. I love the parts of Oregon that come to that.
Way to narrow that down.
I'm sorry.
Word.
Well, while I'm talking about it, I'm like, I like parts of Portland and Eugene. You know, and the coast is also kind of good, except, you know, what's that one that's full of racists?
Most of it.
Oregon.
Gold Bar.
Heck, we didn't even get a burn because it was too risky.
It was too risky for a burn. I don't know. We don't know if the temple burned. I hope they got a temple burn. We left before that.
But both the temple and the effigy were just absolutely gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. And Baba Yaga's house.
Baba Yaga's house was the effigy. And
I can't believe that is such a cool piece. I really loved it.
So was a giant broad tree you could go inside and say goodbye to your dead dog in.
Yeah.
Good temple.
Good temple.
Good temple, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Good event, guys. Good job, Soak.
The only thing that dismayed me a little bit about my Soak experience, I saw...
Was it the hike I took you on?
No. The hike you took me on is pretty par for the course for hikes I've been taken on before in my life.
Was it the warning about the norovirus?
Nope. No, I'm pretty adept at not getting norovirus. I don't have to eat your weird fucking hand-formed pancakes in the morning or whatever.
Hand-formed?
I don't know how people are fucking getting norovirus out there.
Through the fecal oral route.
Right. But like you just don't have to eat food that you're pretty sure might not have been cooked well enough.
There is at one point where I took my shirt and used it to get food out of my mouth because my hand was so much arguably grosser.
Yeah, but like nobody's going to let you behind a grill to cook food for them.
Oh, they would. That's the great thing about Soak. I could have gotten behind anybody's grill.
Fine. But you're smart enough not to do that for the benefit of the community.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not because you're gross, but because you cook gross. No, the thing that I saw was like every goddamn person out there was taking pictures and video of people without consent. Time after time after goddamn time, I saw people see something cool that was happening that was like an individual going on like the gravity circle thing in front of us, just fucking filming people without asking them if it was cool. And taking pictures of their outfits, being like, oh my God, I love what that person is wearing. And then just snapping photos of them without asking first. That was the one kind of little bummer that I saw about Soak, but it was vastly different than the consent-based documentary culture we have at Burning Man now.
I mean, not many people are screaming at them, but there's still tons of people at Burning Man taking photos of everybody now.
But we scream at them.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, there was none of that there. And I almost said something a couple times, and it was just like, I guess it's not the culture here to care about that, or maybe anything.
I think there's less risk of somebody randomly stumbling across pictures of Soak. It's not like it has the attention that Burning Man has.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to find Soak pictures unless you like are specifically out there looking for Soak pictures because you're way into Soak.
Yeah, and it also might just be a culture where, it's so much smaller. People feel like they know each other and like aren't going to put up photos of people's genitals on the internet.
Maybe. There were genitals out there. Dudes out there again with their flaccid dicks, just with a giant fucking metal cock ring on for some reason.
That's how it presents.
Yeah. It's like you've never been to the Castro.
Yeah.
I have been to the Castro. Like a dearth of flaccid dicks, in my opinion.
I liked it when that guy came and stood on the corner that we were, and I was like, oh, it's like being in the Castro 10 years ago when they allowed this shit.
Before the prudification of San Francisco?
Yeah.
Before all the tech squares moved in and ruined everything.
No, it's before all the gay dudes grew up and couldn't afford to leave because they got nice houses here. And now stay away from our kids, you creeps.
Well, anything else about Soak?
A lot of spiders. A lot of spiders everywhere in and on my tent.
Yeah, it's Oregon.
It is full of spiders.
It's not even quite spider season yet.
No, that was actually, you were like full of spiders. And I'm like, this is pretty good.
I recoil at the idea of spider season.
I saw some spiders. I didn't walk into a single entire face spider web.
At Critical. So Critical had an area of like, sort of like back down by the river where the paths are narrow. And you could not, if someone hadn't walked that path in 45 minutes, you were going to get a spider. Like you had to have a spider stick, you didn't need a spider stick at Soak. You could just let D-Day walk in front of you.
Oh, Slip and Slide was pretty great.
Slip and Slide was pretty funny.
Slip and sliding down a hill.
Slip and sliding down a hill. There was a pretty little kid standing at the end of the slip and slide. What's that thing that people do to bulls?
Fight?
No, where they the cape thing.
Well, that guy's called a matador.
Matadoring.
Or a toreador.
It's foggy sickhead time. There was a little kid at the end of the slip and slide matadoring people, and then every time her dad went down the slip and slide, she'd just stand there and he would like fucking barrel through her goddamn legs. That poor bastard went off the end of the slip and slide more times than he stopped before the end of it.
There's tons of food. I didn't get to try a whole lot of it, but it was constantly being handed to me. I was blown away by the amount of food. That was another very Portland thing. There was always coffee and there was always fucking food.
Mm-hmm. Everywhere. That
was cool.
And the playlist at the banana camp was just top notch. Chef's kiss.
The banana head shark lives in my heart. I love the banana head shark.
What was the banana head shark?
It was by all of the banana stuff.
It's like a hammerhead shark, but it was a banana.
Yeah. You have to describe things, Beth. This is an audio.
I figured when I said banana head shark, everyone pictured a giant, like 6 foot long, yellow banana shaped shark that's head was also banana shaped.
Well, now they picture that.
Yeah, banana head shark.
It's also a delightful working phone system sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got people on the phones more often. I always felt weird about it, too, because they always seemed like, what? Like, maybe the least happy people I interacted with were the people on the phones.
Nobody likes to get a phone call.
No one likes to get a phone call, and I wasn't part of whatever game was supposed to be played on those phones.
I don't know what game was supposed to be played on those phones, but when I was reading my book one afternoon, the phone lines were just set up to OverFUCKINGrated without our personal infrastructure's advice or support. And then at some point, Iandustrial wanders by and it's like, where's that phone guy? This is a trip hazard. And then it was routed up and around tents and back behind the bar to get to the bar. And it's too late for anyone right now, but if you picked up the phone and dialed fuck, it would ring it OverFUCKINGrated.
There was a poolside phone at the Bean Pool.
Mm-hmm. And a barnside phone at the barn that you racked your head off of. That barn, whose clearance, I'm going to say, is about 5'4". That is the height of the joists in my parents' basement, which is down where the washer and dryer is. So at some point doing the wash, every single goddamn time, you just turn around and knock your head on the ceiling of the basement.
You need yourself a laundry helmet.
It's what it's like growing up in a barn.
I did want to say another thing that I noticed is the volunteers were fucking amazing. They had people speed setting up parking lanes because they got more people than expected. The census people were great. The gate people were great. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody was having a bad time. Everyone was having fun, even when their fun was like, this is the role I am doing.
There were
fun.
fully 2 people there having a bad time. It was whoo and
Zang.
I'm sure there was more than 2 people having a bad time.
Visibly having a bad time.
But I was blown away by how much fun was. So I didn't tell you guys about this. So when I put the car away and was coming back up to camp, we had been shouted out at the window on our way to greeters for a doctor's station and had a list of things that they would do. And I'd been really wanting an MRI scan from an amateur, so that's why I went. So I went back to interact with them, and so it was a place you had to fill out a bunch of paperwork to get your shots and or other treatments. Like, I was waiting in line, and this human being like saddles up and obviously knows the person who is like giving out the paperwork, and they were like, "Hey, I'm having a really hard time. I just needed to like skip in for some shots. We're like setting up over here, and it's going blah 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 blah." And so the guy was like, "Oh, you can absolutely skip the line. You just need an initial from everybody in line that you're more important than them." It was adorable.
Did you get that?
Oh, I initialed. That person was obviously more important to me than me. They were setting up a camp. But then they hung out for like a half an hour and were very chill. And I'm like, this is you being stressed out for setting up a camp? I fucking love this place.
Good soak, guys.
Great soak. Don't go in the river.
No, don't go into the river. You'll be kicked out.
Yep.
But you can leave the event through the trail that will either take you up and over the ridge or like completely away from the event. It's not the trail through the woods that takes you from the lower meadow to the upper meadow. It takes you up and out and far away, and then the sun starts going down. But luckily, it brings you back into the event through the barbed wire. And then there you are back at the event.
But it's not too hard to get over the barbed wire. Like, obviously, people come through there.
It's not the worst barbed wire. It is very visible barbed wire while the sun is up.
I was sleeping.
I'm sorry to everyone I gave this cough to. I'm so sorry.
Soak is brought to you by Iandustrial.
Thank you so much, Ian.
Incredible gift, my man.
And everyone at OverFUCKINGrated. Holy shit, what a lovely crew of human beings you've got there.
We've got there.
They're our friends now.
They're our camp now.
We were
a part of that camp. I filled out the camp survey. Did you fill out the camp census survey thing at the end?
No, I didn't.
Well, I'm a part of their camp now.
There was something at the end?
Yeah.
I saw the census come out, but I was so when I was filling out all that doctor paperwork, I was so aware of how bad my spelling was. I became super self-conscious about writing anything out anymore. They asked for what you needed help with, and I put anxiety and then spelling when I realized that I had no idea how to spell anxiety. And I can spell spelling. I can.
Children can spell spelling, Beth.
Yeah.
It's a class they take. Not you, obviously, but children. Yes.
Well.
Any
other thoughts on our soak adventure?
Long drive. Thank you for driving almost all the way up there and the entire way back, Rex. Beth and I have been sick.
It's much shorter coming back.
Never been to a burn.
Didn't feel
I spent the vast majority of the burn sober. That was fine. Read a book like I always do. That was great.
I took some naps so that I didn't feel sick.
I met a lot of people.
Met a lot of beautiful,
they were all
wonderful, friendly people.
Fantastic.
Except for two.
Fucking cute, adorable, lovely, young. I will say this.
Yeah. A lot of young folk.
There's some rufflings around in the org about how do we get young people otherwise than have young people not be broke come out to Burning Man. And Critical was pretty middle-aged in the way I like. I like middle age. But Soak has a lot of young, like, actually cool people. It was pretty neat.
Go to your regional.
Do it now.
Accuracy Third is produced by Accuracy Third. The music in this episode is something in the show notes. If you care about who did the music, you can look for who did the music in the show notes. Patreon.
Yeah.
This podcast couldn't be done without our patrons at Patreon.
Come to our listener appreciation party if this has come out before the 2025 burn.
This is coming out as soon as you proof it.
So come to our listener appreciation party on Wednesday of the burn in 2025 at a location to be announced at some point, I'm sure.
I'm going to stop just announcing things because every time I'm like, we're going to do it at this place, you guys are like, we can't do it there.
We'll figure it out.
Commissary.
Join our Discord and show me your butthole.
No one has shown Beth their buttholes yet. Some
I'm
people,
seeing butts, but not buttholes.
Yeah, we need your fresh, clean balloon knot or nothing at all. Unless we start Cute Heiny Thread, which is a channel someone can create on our Discord. If you would like to be on this podcast, we would definitely like you to be on this podcast. Please reach out to us on one of our several social medias or at accuracythird@gmail.com. And if you would like to show the world that you think Sausage Girl is hot, you better get yourself over to burnernart.com.
I wonder who it was that shouted that at you.
I don't know, but I love them. They're great. Thank you, burnernart.com. You owe us an interview.
Yeah, literally everyone that we talked to that I was like, hey, we'd want to interview you. If you hear this, yes, we meant it. Please come talk to us.
We think you're interesting enough to guarantee that we will sit down with you for 90 minutes to 2 hours and hear your Burning Man stories. Please tell us your Burning Man stories. We want to hear them. I only want to hear them once. I'm going to hear them 3 or 4 times as I edit your episode. But that first time, it's going to be fresh. I'm going to be excited. I'll be in the room with you. burnernart.com.
Bye now.
Bye.
Kiss, kiss.